You know what doesn't pair well with an Arctic cold blast? These guys. We ended up repurposing one of our old baby monitors and we put it in the back of the barn out by the lambing pen. And we did this not because we want to substitute us getting out here and getting eyes or hands on our animals. We did it because we wanted something to monitor in between our lambing checks. And thank goodness we did. Because last night, a little after midnight, we were awoken by a very familiar sound that sounded just like a little baby lamb. So we came out and lo and behold, we found two little baby lambs that were just born. Now, we don't try to get that involved in between mom and the babies. We think that that bonding process and making sure that mom understands that it's her role and her responsibility to care for those animals is extremely important. But if there's an animal that's getting ready to get sick or injured or is going to die without our interaction, well, then we're going to get involved. After all, we're farmers and that's our roles and that's our responsibility. So last night it was about 40 degrees. Not extremely cold, but still kind of chilly. So we turn on one of the heat lamps that we have in there, and we're planning on keeping that on, especially if the temperatures are going to be dropping. Now, right now, tonight, the temperature is going to be dropping down into the single digits, and it's going to stay that way for about a week. We have an Arctic cold blast that's coming down from the north that's going to kind of create some issues for us here on the farm, especially with some little babies that were just born. So we'll keep that heat lamp on all year round. They're in that lambing pen, so they're protected from the elements like the snow, the rain, and the wind. But the ambient temperature being down in the single digits, well, we need to do something in addition to that. And we learned this years ago from a friend of ours that got us into sheep farming in the first place. And it's a little trick that you guys can do wherever you're at. It literally requires no money. If you have an old pair of sweatpants or an old hoodie or whatever, you can use this and it could potentially save one of your animal's lives. Now, all you need is either an old pair of sweatpants or an old hoodie. If you have a closed consignment shop close by to you, well, then feel free to go there as well. But here we had an old pair of sweatpants. What we're going to do is we're going to take the pants legs of the sweatpants and we're going to match this up to the size of the body of the animal we're trying to keep warm. So we're going to go do that real quick and then I'll show you what to do next. So what we're going to do is take this little baby lamb here and we're going to match the pants leg of the sweatpants up to its body. And the more narrow part of the pant we want to have up towards the neck. And the wider part we want back down towards the base. So this lamb is just a little bit on the bigger side. So we're going to scooch it up just a little bit. And that looks good right about there. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. So now we just need to figure out the length that we need here. So again, we'll put this up here, double check it. And we want it coming just to the base of the tail right here. I'm going to show you, we're going to cut out a little area on the bottom to allow for its umbilical cord, and if it's a male, to allow for it to not get saturated in urine. So we'll line that up there, and that right there is where we're going to cut. So now that we have this, we're going to line this up on the lamb again, and we just need to figure out where we're going to cut the little holes for its feet. Right there. They don't need to be big holes. It's a nice little turtleneck. And if you do it right, you end up with a nice pair of uneven shorts that you can repurpose these bad boys around the house. These might be my new lounging pants. Well, that's it. Hopefully this is enough to keep these little guys warm, or at least take the edge off during this Arctic cold blast that we're getting ready to get. But if they need anything in addition, we'll definitely be here to give them a hand. And until then, we'll see you later. You guys say goodbye. Bye.